This is All the Science podcast that describes an interesting aspect of science in 5 minutes or less. I am a student and I'm the guest podcaster for this episode on 3D printing. So, what is 3D printing? 3D printing is a way of creating a 3D solid object. It makes the object by building it up with very thin successive layers until it is complete. It originates back to the 1980s. In 1984, Chuck Hull invented stereolithography, a process which used UV layers to solidify photopolymer that layer by layer created 3D parts. Then, in 1990, Wilfred van Crane founded Materialize, one of the very first 3D printing companies. What can you use 3D printing for? 3D printing is used to speed up the development of customized products and allows for flexibility during the process. There is a wide variety of uses for 3D printing, from creating prosthetics, organ fabrication, jewelry, and chocolate, to recreating props in people's favorite movies. These techniques have been used in movies such as Jurassic Park, The Avengers, The Muppets, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and many more. The most commonly printed items are plastic, but metal and other materials can also be printed. The amount of time needed to print ranges from 4 to 18 hours, all depending on the size of the part and the type of printer. Rarely are the parts ready to use straight from the machine. They often require additional time to achieve the desired surface finish. How it works is it begins with a digital 3D model, also known as the blueprint of the physical object. The model is sliced into thin two-dimensional layers, and from there, a set of instructions is developed for the printer to execute. There is a variety of printing processes used to create the physical objects from a digital design. Each have a unique way of producing layers and all have their own advantages and disadvantages. There are 4 common technologies, and those are: first, there is stereolithography. It uses a liquid photocurable polymer, and a UV laser beam traces the object and causes a thin layer of photopolymer to harden, and the process is then repeated until the object is complete. It is then drained of excess liquid and cured. Then there is fused deposition modeling. A hot thermoplastic removed from a temperature-controlled printhead produces robust objects at extreme accuracy. Next, we have selective laser sintering. It builds objects by using a laser to fuse together layers of powdered wax, ceramic, metal, nylon, or other materials. Then, there's multi-jet modeling. Using a buildup of successful layers of powder with an inkjet print head to spray a binding solution that glues only the required granules together. What are the pros and cons of 3D printing? Pros include that no matter how complex or unique the object is to make, on a 3D printer, complex and simple objects require the same effort. It can develop a variety of shapes and it doesn't cost any more to do so. There is no assembly required. The printer produces interlocked parts. It also requires no skill to make. The printer is given a guide to follow from its design. There is less waste byproduct, which makes it more efficient than traditional manufacturing. It also enhances hands-on learning and learning by doing. Through using prototyping technology, students can make realistic 3D mini models. The cons include that the printers are limited to the size of product it can create, so printing larger, more complicated objects makes it more expensive. There is also a limited amount of materials that a printer can use. Printing of copyrighted products to create counterfeit items will increase and will be extremely difficult to prevent. A study conducted in March 2019 showed that more companies are starting to invest in 3D printing for mass production, and over time the need for traditional manufacturing jobs will decrease as the method gains popularity. Thanks for listening to All the Science. Contact us at allthescience@gmail.com if you'd like.